Guys, it's Stephanie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you see in the preview of this video, this is going to be kind of a year-end anniversary edition, the anniversary of the Last Jedi and what I've learned. So a year ago yesterday, The Last Jedi hit theaters. I was there on a Friday out for the 1 o'clock viewing at the theater in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is basically a suburb of Washington, D.C., if you really think about it, because so many people there work in Arlington, Alexandria, and or D.C. proper. It's the D.C. elite's faux attempt at trying to be rural. Anyway, I already knew the spoilers. Thank God for Grace Randolph. So I already knew I was going to be beyond pissed off. But nothing prepared me for how just pissed off, heartbroken, and disgusted I was. It was basically, in the end, when you look at The Last Jedi, it's nothing but a piece of self-indulgent, self-aggrandizing pile of shit written by a self-indulgent, narcissistic, arrogant, condescending, conceited pile of shit so he could be lauded by other self-indulgent, narcissistic, conceited piles of shit. Which is basically what everybody who likes The Last Jedi and Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy and the people in the story group that support it, like Pablo Hidalgo, are. You know, I don't know what makes a person a narcissist. I really, really don't. I have to study that. But this movie should be studied just to explore that little thing alone. Anyway, so let's get back to it. What have I learned? I've learned that there's a hive mind of SJW Star Wars fans that will like anything that says Star Wars, even if it's a smoking pile of dog shit with Star Wars stamped on it. Now, the rest of us love Star Wars to the point where we won't accept anything but good Star Wars. TLJ is not good Star Wars. TFA was mediocre Star Wars. TFA could have been a lot better. I didn't mind that it was a reboot of A New Hope. I minded the mediocrity of the story and the mediocre dialogue. There's nothing memorable except for, that's not how the Force works, and Chewie, we're home. Well, and again, Harrison Ford is the one who is quoted as Han Solo saying those things. So anyway, you know, I didn't mind TFA. Rogue One was a good story. The middle was a little bit weak, but it was a good all-around story and tolerable. Solo is a piece of shit. The script is a piece of shit, mediocre, written by an ambivalent author who really didn't want to do it. The lead is... no. Just no. And of course, then we have TLJ. That strives to be a piece of shit. It's somewhere below that. So, and I've learned there are fans who, if it says Star Wars, they like it, and they get pissed off at you if you point out, hey, you like a piece of shit. I mean, in order to be a good fan, I think you need to be objective. You need to look for things. If you are so subjective and so fanatical about something that you like anything in it, it says something about your intelligence and the lowest common denominator, which the author, the filmmaker, were striving for, the lowest common denominator, and that is The Last Jedi. Again, infused with self-indulgent bullshit wrapped in an ugly, humorless, colorless NPC wrapper. Okay, so what else did I learn? That there are fans out there who consider themselves the gatekeepers of Star Wars, who apparently, according to Ichibaka's latest, were maybe hired by Lucasfilm to basically herd fans and purge the fandom of people like us. We know who they are. I don't have to say who they are. I will leave Itchy's article in a pinned comment so you can read it. It's a long one. But when you've got, it's very involved, and I'm not going to go into it. I might do a video on it later. And it serves as a lesson not to ever let fans anywhere near any inside information, any relationship at all with a fan site or fans who run a club or anything, because they start feeling like they have power, and to avoid at all costs using them because A, they're not professional, B, they're not fans. One of the main culprits, I think in 2015, in a tweet or maybe a post somewhere, stated he hated Star Wars fans. Then why are you here? Why do you have a fan site? Why are you doing this? All right, then you're not a fan. Basically, you can look at all this as people using the franchise, the genre, and the mystique to better themselves and better their situations. This is not, in my opinion, because I'm a very pragmatic person, not the way you earn a living. Okay, this is supposed to be fun. All right? Not your entree into money, power. And none of these people will ever be Hollywood insiders, no matter how hard they try. I mean, I've seen it before. I talked about in another thing about third-party fan websites and why they should not be allowed, about Yohan Griffith's issues with his quote-unquote official fan club. And that ended up getting shut down. Because the webmistress and the owner of that fan club went nuts when he got engaged. These people think they have ownership, and when people running the film company, in this case Lucasfilm, befriend them and contact them and use them, they're enabling really bad stuff, and it ends up hurting the franchise itself. Bad idea on Lucasfilm's part. Bad idea. What else have I learned? That there are people out there, and these are the same people that think they have control over the fandom. And we know who they are. Go and read the article in the pinned comment. Have the right to abuse fans who dislike The Last Jedi, don't like the way Disney Star Wars is going, and call us all sorts of names, driving fans away. They're ugly. They're ugly on the inside and out. I've learned a lot about them. Stuff I had, after my own involvement in some of this stuff, wish I had forgotten. Guess what? It goes on everywhere. And it's not always women who do it. It's sometimes guys. And when guys do it, it's even more stupid and even more ugly. Women are emotional, and you can see them getting involved. Guys are not. They're not supposed to anyway, but these are soy boys, so whatever. What else have I learned? That there are a lot of really, really, really good people out there. Here's a shout out to Craig Johnson at Reviews for You. My friend in Hollywood who knows who he is, and I'm not going to say what his name is, but it's a shout out to you too, buddy. Abu Nas, Stephanie Kenobi, Jesse Milestone, DJ D, James, Ron Navy, Ethan Van Sciver, Uncle Ethan, you are the greatest. Ichibaka, I could name a plethora of them. There are too many to name. Ivan, Ortega, SC Reviews, one of the first people I actually really got to talk to a little bit. The guys at World Class Bullshitters are the very first YouTubers I've actually had anything to really do with when I first started my channel. And it's like we've become a band of brothers and sisters. Bonnie, I'm sorry, you should have been number 2 there. You've become a sister. Mara Jade, ballet dancer, New Jersey, Jumanji, Mark with the C, on and on and on and on. There are too many to name. All of you guys, Johnny Massacre, all of you guys. We become sort of a band, a misfit band of brothers and sisters, the true Star Wars fans. We love the EU. We love talking about it, the mystique of the Force, the mystique of the novels, what's really behind what Lucas tried to create. I love it that my friend Dan Watanabe watches my videos because I don't think anybody knows more about filmmaking than he does. You know, when I do the lore videos, when I do the videos about what Star Wars is, the characters, I love getting feedback from him. I love getting feedback from all of you. You guys are the greatest. Dave Pensack, Mazarius, all of you guys. If I forget you, I'm sorry, but all of you guys. Like I said, we are a band of brothers and sisters, and we are just the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg of how big the fandom menace really is. We showed them with Solo. Regardless of how much they say they lost, we know they lost a lot more than $80 million. So, you know, I learned that there are good people out there that will stick together and fight for the cause they believe in. And that's George Lucas' vision for Star Wars. What we knew to be the truth of it. Not this pablum that we're stuck with. This garbage, this SJW-infested crap. I've also learned that there are a lot of people out there that are just in it for the money, in it for the subs, in it for the likes, in it for the super chats. You know, I could, you know, Mike Zero comes out with, what, 10 videos a day? And, you know, they're amusing, but what's the point of watching it? Nothing he says ever happens. You know, and there are others. And again, that also goes to the power mongers on the SJW side of Star Wars fandom. They're not there because they're Star Wars fans. They're there for the power, the prestige, the insider shit. They think they're part of Hollywood and they're not. You know, I learned a little bit about the fact that Star Wars, again, like George Lucas intended, brought people together, people of all disparate places. Europe, United States, Asia, Mexico, you name it. South America, Canada, India, everywhere. You know, because we love Star Wars and we don't like what they're doing and we won't let them dictate anymore what it is. We're the ones that buy the stuff. We're the ones that collect. And, you know, we wanted to pass it down to our kids. And I can't pass down this shit that Disney's created. I don't know if Bob Iger really endorsed it. I know for a fact that he lets his the people who make his movies, the presidents of the movie companies, do what they want. And when I think about what Kathleen Kennedy was able to get away with, I just look at it and go, you know, maybe, just maybe, he didn't really, he let her make, you know, maybe this is not what he really intended. And we all know the story. I've told the story before, and I will continue to tell that story. But I've also learned that you gotta be a little bit cynical. And I'm normally not a cynical person. Normally, I'm the optimist. But after knowing that Kennedy was going to be fired, and then seeing her get a 3-year extension, granted she has no more power at Lucasfilm. She doesn't have any creative control. But seeing that she is still there was a blow, I think, to all the real fans. There's no reason for her to be there. If she cannot run the company in a fitting, professional manner, allows third-party fan websites to run roughshod over the fan base. She herself runs roughshod over it. Then she shouldn't be running Lucasfilm. She should have been fired when he was going to fire her. All right. And I mean, she's ostensibly fired, but she's still there. I mean, I want to hear she's gone. Okay. I've learned that we have to keep fighting. I've learned that the boycott of Solo was successful, and we have to keep going on. We will drive episode 9 into the ground. We have the high ground, guys. We have the high ground. All right? And that's what I've learned. So this is Steph. I did a rant video last night that didn't work out too well, so this is a little calmer. This is Steph. Signing out. And to anybody I forgot in my shout out, sorry. But, you know, I still ain't feeling too good, as you can tell. So this is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy. Oh, and one more thing. I learned the biggest thing that, lesson is that there's no lack of vision anymore for Lucasfilm. And that ultimately, the apathetic story group, the lack of fandom in the story group, the lack of knowledge in the story group, the lack of vision is the core of the problem. And until it's resolved, Disney will see Lucasfilm drain money like a vampire sucks blood. And that's the bottom line. So, this is Steph. See you around the galaxy.